Engineer 775 here. We are deploying the Doyle Rambo driver on the Yanmar today. We've practiced a little bit with it, so now it's time to go do a real job. So we've got the Rambo on its stand, bringing a bucket just in case we run into a fun old rock. Abraham's got the material hauler with all of our Sinclair ground mount posts and trusses and purlins, inverter in the back. So he's loaded and ready to follow me to the job, or I'm going to follow him. And so we're off. So we're going to go put up a seasonal adjust. This is the hardest one to put up because the posts are 14 foot long. So it's a challenge, but we're up for the challenge today. All right, let's get building. Is this how you put together the solar array? Oh my goodness gracious, we've turned a solar array into a wind turbine. So a lot of the panels are going wider than what we're used to, and also wider than what some of the ground mounts are designed for in their purlin length. So these panels are 40.6. We were planning on 39.5. That is a difference of about 13 inches. So we have to make some cantilevers tomorrow. We're gonna have to fab some out of some longer purlins, which is a waste, but we have no choice. So this isn't gonna be one array, it's two arrays. We've set a gap in between, but it's two 24 panel Sinclair seasonal adjust ground mounts. And so tomorrow we'll build it and we'll have to fab up, like I said, we're gonna have to fab some purlins because we're short. Oh, I don't know why everybody keeps changing the panel width, but that's a challenge. Anyway, regardless, we drove all these posts. First job deploying the Doyle Rambo. She's loaded back up on the trailer. Did extremely well. We had one post, I don't know if we hit a rock, but it was slow going, slower than the others. So I haven't quite figured that out. I'm just gonna assume I hit some rock, but it drove through. And we drove these all 7 foot in the ground. So pretty happy with that. No concrete, no scheduling of concrete, no waiting on concrete to set up. So here we go. It's our first job. It's been pretty good. Just trying to get used to all the degrees of freedom on a Mini X with the Rambo. We're just so used to being able to dial it in. So I think we've got it. This 14 foot post drive is the biggest challenge, and we were able to do 6 of them in about, probably we took 3 hours, but that was because we just took us 3 hours. Seasonal adjust, we've cranked it up, cranked it down. It's a really nice solar window at this location. They're going to be making a ton of power. 4 strings of 10, 340 watt panels. It's going to be beautiful. So we're about to get started on this one. Turned out to be a nice day, and so we're just going to build it. So that's pretty clean. And this is because the panels were wider, we were able to do it, and it kind of hides the trusses. No cantilevers were necessary, so that's kind of cool. And we're adjusted about 35 degrees. We can go super steep if we wanted to 60, or flat as 15. And the crank handle is really easy to get to. So customer wanted it a little bit lower, but we built it to the design. Some of the posts are over 7 foot in the ground. So pretty happy with our first driven post solar installation using the Rambo on the Yanmar. So Rambo did a good job on this one. We're wrapping this job up. We're having fun here. What are we doing? We're finishing up our ground mount installation where we design, we drive the posts, and then we put in the line. So we're just we're not used to handing off a job, we're used to finishing it, but we're going to help this customer get to a point with his Solarc inverter that he'll feel comfortable with. So Abraham is, we had to dodge all the landmines. We got propane in here, water lines, power lines, and that's always the fun part. Thankfully we didn't rip that out. And then we have cable lines up here we had to clear. So we've built the ground mount, wired the ground mount, and we're going to pull wires in and cover up our trench, connect these two arrays, put a set of disconnects over here. And so if you need help, if you're a solar company and you're within range of where we can go from upstate South Carolina, which is about 5 hours tops, not really 3 hours with deploying with the equipment. But this is where we would like to be able to help other people do this, because I know a lot of solar companies take many days to build a ground mount. So if we can come in and build your ground mount and within 1 day trench your line into where it's got to go and let you just pull your wires in, that'll save you a bunch of time. So let us know if we can help, and we will do a little parting shot here once we're all done. And thankfully we didn't hit anything yet. I guess they ran 2 cable lines. We got that one we got around, and this one we got around. So we're going to run under there, make sure we're 18 inches to the top of our conduit, which is code here. Okay, we're wrapping up our deploy and drive system here for a customer. And got our trenches backfilled, everything's grounded. We actually ran our wire to the Solarc, and we put the Solarc on the wall for them. So this is where we usually get to, or at least we've got our solar in here and everything's wired correctly. But we ended up taking and we finished up and pulled the wire all the way in for the customer. So we're all the way in, landed in the Solarc, and it's been a good day. The really cool thing about the driver is, look, no concrete, no holes, no dirt mess except for the trench. And so that worked out really well. So loving the driver. Hopefully it'll be tough enough to pound megawatts of solar. So this, again, the seasonal adjust ground mount and the trench. I'll show you the inverter. So we're about to hand this off to the customer, and I think this was a blessing to them. Very helpful for us to come in and build this, and so they didn't have to. And if you don't do this every day, it's kind of head scratching and a lot of figuring. But we're happy to help you. If you need help at any stage, let us know. And here we are with the new 12K, and landed the solar, tested it, turned it on, and we're good. So we're going to hand it off here. Ran the DC in. So new 12K landed, and there's the solar.